What's up, y'all? It's KingBritneyChanel. You already know, honey. This title of this video is Tasha K versus The Blast, honey. She has made the headlines yet again. Before I get into my commentary, y'all, definitely make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video.
I already know it's your girl, KingBritneyChanel.
Honeys. Y'all, just when I be rooting for Tasha K, she has made the headlines yet again. Now, for those of you who do not know what is going on, okay, the other day I did a video, and I'll put the link to the video that I did on Joycelyn. It's called Joycelyn Savage's Confession. And in the audio recording, or me talking about the audio recording that was released by The Blast, it was between, I believe, Joycelyn Savage and her vocal coach. So apparently, you know, the winos and people were coming up under my videos and they were saying stuff like, Tasha K put this video out last year and all this other stuff, which is cool, you know, no issue or whatever about the audio or whatever being put out. But the only question that I had is just like, why was that such a big deal? Number one, because R. Kelly, the closer and closer he gets to trial, people are going to be talking about things, rehashing things, taking a closer look at things. That's just how stuff happens when people go to trial, similar to the OJ situation, okay? OJ's trial has been, you know, over and done with, but they're still making documentaries, movies, and stuff like that for journalistic purposes, okay? So apparently, Tasha K accused The Blast of stealing the audio. But the only question that puzzled me was, how does somebody steal something from you that you don't own? And if you do own it, like, did you buy the rights to this audio from a particular type of person? Well, today, y'all, The Blast went on record to say that they have not stolen anything. They have gotten permission from the vocal coach that was on that audio with Joycelyn that they posted to their websites. And they did this on Tanya TKO show. Tanya TKO had an exclusive interview with a representative from The Blast. Now, what popped this whole shebang off, y'all, Tasha K put on her Instagram, she said, hashtag winos, why is The Blast recycling my old exclusive as their own story? I broke that hashtag Joycelyn Savage recording over 10 months ago. They literally took that tape off my channel and claimed it as their own. Shaking my head, that's how I know their time is over. I'm it, guys. So I already could like picture in my mind the winos literally telling her that The Blast has done this. And because literally you have people in the comments that are crazy enough to say you need to start watermarking everything. Like, how do you watermark audios or audio and footage? I'm not gonna be like Cardi B and say footages, even though that's a real word. How do you watermark something that you don't own? And it was crazy because on Tanya TKO's exclusive interview, the vocal coach, I'm not going to say her name or anything like that, but the vocal coach says that she never gave any authorization but to The Blast to circulate this audio that we've all been listening to. And this is crazy to me. Now, this is the most bizarre part. She says that before The Blast, she has stated that, you know, when Tanya TKO asked her, well, how did the other person get the audio, or how was this audio in rotation or in circulation? She stated that she did not give the audio to anyone. And, you know, I was a little taken back by that because I'm like, okay, so if you, like, how did someone get this audio if you didn't put this audio out or you didn't give this audio to somebody? But that's a whole, I guess that's a whole nother situation. But, you know, it just, this whole situation with this R. Kelly situation, honey, gets more bizarre. Now, TK also put out the second part of her videos about R. Kelly, and I think this one was about the parents and the children, part 2 of her R. Kelly series and her video. So basically the first one was about the enablers, and this second one was about the parents, and she specified, you know, what was going on with Angelo Cleary, because a lot of people was, you know, putting out false rumors about that, about him being, you know, like a R. Kelly, but that turned out to not be true. But the interesting part, she also talked about the Savages. But I was happy that, you know, she clarified things about the Clarys and the Savages, because there was so many people putting out misconceptions about these families and saying that, you know, they sold their daughters and all kind of stuff, and that turned out to just not be true. So if y'all want the tea on that, y'all gotta watch Tasha K full video. But the interesting part was she talked about the Savages, and, you know, she basically said, you know, the part that I agreed with is that, you know, maybe they could have went about some things different ways. And basically she was saying maybe that Joycelyn kind of was upset with them because they had kind of put her on Front Street about a lot of things with this whole R. Kelly situation. Like, if y'all seen that intervention when they was talking about the 3 ways and the stuff, and, you know, audio about her getting out, and she's nervous about her might, you know, allegedly, or, you know, thinking that she might have a STD and stuff. So imagine how embarrassing that is as a young girl. But if you also think about it, right, if I'm looking at the parents who are the Savages, how would you feel if you had girls coming to you stating that, you know, in, you know, R. Kelly's you know, around in his presence, that it was 3 ways allegedly going on, and, you know, people having to ask to go to the bathroom and to eat food? Like, how would you feel as a parent and your daughter is around that? Like, if you look at the intervention, you know, it seemed like Tim Savage and Jonjolin was turned up at the fact that, why, you know, how would you feel? Like, get this dude on the phone. Like, you don't raise your kid for your kid to grow up for a 50-something-year-old to freak them out and to pat them in 3 ways and stuff like that. You would become desperate as a parent and do whatever it takes to put the truth out. I don't think they was trying to put stuff out on their daughter. I think it was more so that these parents were desperate and they really want their daughter back, and they, you know, they really want the truth to be told about R. Kelly. I really think that is. And I could understand, like, okay, you know, tough love hurts sometimes. Because, of course, if you 19, you're going to think your parents is lame if they're trying to come between your relationship with somebody. But sometimes when your parents or somebody is looking at stuff, they could see stuff that you can't see because you're young, you know? So I think that was a situation where anybody could say things could have been done differently in retrospect. But again, a lot of us have not been in a situation where somebody has ruined contact with their daughter or their kids, freaked their kid out and all kind of stuff. So it's just like, okay, I feel like R. Kelly could have used that, like how they went about putting certain stuff out there. I don't think they did it to be malicious or to embarrass Joycelyn. I think it was more so just to expose R. Kelly in ways. But back to this whole situation with this whole Tasha K versus The Blast. I just thought that was a good, you know, thing in her video, Tasha K's video. But it's crazy because also Tanya TKO asked a lot of interesting questions to the original party that was on the tape, which was the vocal coach. She asked what everybody wanted to know, y'all. It was a good interview that Tanya TKO did. She asked, why did the vocal coach record Joycelyn? And so the vocal coach was like, she began to record Joycelyn. Excuse me, y'all. She began to record Joycelyn because she started, as she was talking to her, she felt like she was being brainwashed by R. Kelly allegedly. And, you know, the vocal coach being, I guess, an older person, an older woman, and you looking at this, you know, this 19-year-old baby, you like, if you are older age, you looking like you know the game. You know the type of game that older men run. You know the type of games that people play. So she started, I guess, to notice that Joycelyn was kind of turning on her family allegedly, and she basically noticed some changes that prompted her to be like, no, I have to get this on file because I'm worried about this young girl. Now, it was also interesting because Tanya TKO also talked about Joycelyn's music, because it was told on Gayle King's interview that the girls didn't want to do music. But if you look, you know, these people at the vocal coach, and I guess her son worked with Joycelyn on her music, and she was very much interested in music and that sort of thing. So it was just, that was a good interview. But y'all, what do y'all think about this situation? I mean, as far as the TK situation goes, TK, she is never not in the headlines. I just don't understand how people just don't realize, listen, let's not lose focus of what we all doing here. We reporting because, and talk and giving commentary, because people don't want people like a R. Kelly on the street. You know, the PR is going around saying he's a dull guy that drinks coffee and sings and writes gospel music. I'm not buying that whole scenario. But not to lose focus of helping these girls, getting the truth out about what's going on. And a lot of people, they just get into childish stupidity of, oh, who put out what first? Like, who really cares? Okay, if you look at it, Tasha K got 500K subscribers, probably even more than that because her page is growing. 500K people is not the whole world. Everybody in the world doesn't know what's going on. And everybody on YouTube, like I said before, does not have the same type of subscribers. So even though she says she put this out 10 months ago, did you own the audio? Because the person that is the original party on the audio has given permission to the Blast to repost this audio, but they claim they did not give permission to anybody else to put them out there. Now, how they got on the internet, I don't know, because the lady said she didn't know how this audio got out, and she only gave authorization to the Blast. I don't know how that would work, you know, if you didn't give it to anybody else. So I don't know about that. I don't have any firsthand knowledge about that. But there's different audiences and different, I would say, sections of YouTube. You got people that do hair, beauty. You got people that do movie reviews, show reviews. It's so many different things on YouTube. So different people could talk about stuff. Just because people talk about one thing on your channel does not mean that they're not able to talk about stuff on other channels. And people just got to get over the fact. People is talking about R. Kelly right now. Different people are going to be giving commentary on that. So it's just a part of the whole YouTube thing. People are going to talk about this. And whether this was heard 10 months ago, R. Kelly was not the topic of discussion 10 months ago. He's trending now. He's in the headlines every single day because he's going to trial. So, like I said, typically when people go to trial, they rehash everything. Similar to Bill Cosby, when he was getting ready to go to trial, they rehash different stuff in his career and different people associated to him. So, just keep that in mind. Subscribers, try not to do that, because your favorite content creator is your favorite content creator, and I fully understand that. However, different people is different, you know, they say different strokes for different folks, and somebody might not be your cup of tea, but somebody might be somebody's bourbon. So, you know, just keep it like that. People like who they like. They want to hear news from who they want to hear news from. And it doesn't have to be, oh, I did this first. Like, what are we in first grade? Like, it doesn't have to be like that. Public news is public news to commentate on or to report. So obviously, now that this audio is out, it's in the public, and people have the right to commentate on it and to discuss it. Like, some people watch you, some people don't watch you, some people watch me, some people don't watch me, some people know who you are, some people don't, some people, you know, it's just, I don't understand why everything has to get so trivial to who did what or whatever. Like, unless you created some type of invention that has never been in existence and it has a patent, I would understand. Honey, YouTube just gets so crazy. What are y'all's thoughts on this whole Tasha K situation with The Blast? The Blast has went on record on an exclusive interview, like I said, with Tanya TKO, stating that they did not steal any audio from any other content creator's page, and the vocal coach says she only gave authorization to The Blast. Leave your comments about this whole situation down below. It's KingBritneyChanel, you already know. Definitely make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.